Right. Okay. All right, then, mic is working. Hello, everybody. Welcome to BRL Season 13, Round 1 here in Australia. Yeah, I definitely do sound a bit different on the PlayStation microphone. It is not very great. However, at the minute, I think we're just going to have to roll with it. The headset has completely died on me, and I don't really know what to do with that. So, yeah, bit of a shame. Oh, the clay on the classes the wall as I say that. Yeah, at the minute though, we have got an incredibly wet Australia qualifying so far. I don't know if it's going to be wet for the race. However, I mean, just look at it here. Kodoi with the fast lap at a 1:34.1. We are probably almost 20 seconds away. Like 20 seconds away, almost from probably the dry pole time here. It is treacherous to say the least. Exotic though does go quickest now ahead of Kodoi here with 1:33.8 on those intermediate tyres. But this looks like really full wet conditions to me. Yeah, not too sure. Yellow flag 62 though. We'll actually have to put the full track map up. It is now. The audio was a little bit loud for me, but I think that's different headset here and everything else. I mean, this isn't really a headset, but just a pair of headphones just to hide the game audio, so you don't hear it coming back through the microphone on the PlayStation controller. But yeah, this is not really ideal for me. The headset will sound completely different to most of you, and it's gonna suck really. So I don't really know when I'm gonna next be able to get another microphone. Anyway, though, we're still seeing people come across the line for some laps here at the minute. We're seeing some people once again in the wet tyres and at the intermediate tyres here. Our heads currently wants to go fastest, immediately replaced by Rose by a whole second. That tells you immediately the wets are just not really there. And I think that's pretty much the same with the most of F125. I've incredibly rarely seen it work, and there's a McLaren off into the gravel there. But anyway, while we've got a tiny bit of a break as we see a few people crossing the line still, we have got quite a few new faces here. We've seen a few who haven't been here often, but have still been here nonetheless. Obviously, Wolfie joined us late in last season, but however, Kodoi actually with a nice up there. It's P2 on the wet tyres, so maybe it actually is a bit better to go on the wets in a minute. I'm not too sure, but probably the build-up laps coming up. But yeah, our people here, Eddie Dust, a new driver who I believe is here. Wurtzazuni? I'm not sure I can say that one, but that is a new driver here as well. Pierre, oh Jesus, this is awful from me. Paez? I don't know, one to two, but he's also a new driver here. We also actually got Hazard in during the mess of what the hell was going on there, but yeah, he's in as well. He was actually here with initially starting this lobby, but he is now. We should be waiting on just Rio Harris. However, he said he'd be pretty unlikely to join, so we'll just have to wait and see on that one, though. Right now, though, Cole Pillar did a pretty nice lap there. He is up in P3. I had to say, I'm not looking too great on his lap either, but I'm assuming he'll be starting to go for one again. Kane on there up in P2 in the Mercedes. Currently, Mercedes 1-2 at the minute, with Kodoi now trying to chase those lap times down. Whoever's in front of here, the Aston Martin, I believe, with not exotic source, so very dust. He just actually let Kodoi go now. I thought he was going to be on a lap, but nope, it's all okay at the minute. But yeah, right now though, looks like Kodoi's on a pretty good lap. Wolfie is on a better one though on them intermediate tyres. The updated Haas as well, actually. This looks really nice. I'm not sure what it was there. The Haas looked a lot nicer there than I thought it was for a second there, going around that corner. But yeah, looks a lot better than it does now with the sport update on the cars. Kodoi improves his time a minute, but he's still in P4. I mean, all things considered, though, for a wet qualifying, this is pretty chilled out for the minute. I mean, obviously, some drivers are going quicker and quicker with each passing lap, but yeah, nothing is saying in the minute, though. Exotic Swords just replaces Wolfie there at the top. Is he going quicker? No, it's 7.5 down a minute. Rose trying to set another lap time as well. But yeah, some people haven't really set full potential laps at the minute. We're going to see G Benny come across the line soon. That was a bad lap, but I'm assuming he's going to go for another one here, and I believe he is. As I think is going to come across the line for a lap as well in a minute. Jemmy Saf also doing a lap right now. But yeah, obviously quite a few West very, very close ahead, chopping it into the wall in that Alpine. But yeah, quite a few familiar faces in completely different teams. And once again, this is something I really need to touch on actually whenever we get to newer seasons like this. But yeah, Exotic Sword certainly has some mind in a minute, but Wolfie obviously changing to a full-time seat now after being a reserve for a few races. Rose also became a full-time seat, and he's using that to really good effect. So let's see what his time is. 31.4, 9/10 clear at the minute. Lovely lap from him. But yeah, other people here, Kadom in the Mercedes, Shelby South in the Alpine there, as he comes into P4. Godoy in the Sauber too. Yeah, looking pretty nice so far. Oh, he gets very Larry though. Oh, he gets too Larry, and he almost drops it into the barrier, but I think he'll probably get off them wet tyres now. The Inters are looking pretty fast now. Yeah, Demon though, another one who actually was in the V-Car, I believe, last season. He's now in the Williams. Henson was in the Haas, now in the Ferrari for this week. Cole Pillow also completely changing from Ferrari to Red Bull. Hazard also in the Ferrari there as well. There's a yellow flag out in the first sector. Not sure who that is. Stop. Chevy South there. Just trying to pull over a little bit. But yeah. Other people as well. Blackburn in the Red Bull. I don't know if I just mentioned him, but he's there as well. Budget Bruce also in the Williams. Mucha Capo in the V-Car, which actually is Rhea Harris' spot. But right now, we've got no idea if he's going or not. So if he does say that he's all ready for it, then we will go look for that. But yeah, right now we don't believe he is. This is essential for the McLaren there. Trying to have the throttle fully pinned down. It's not really going to work for him, almost into the wall. And then it's Blackburn sliding about there, going to the start of the first sector. It's pretty good. Seeing all these drivers getting challenged quite a bit here. Players over here on the wet tyres. Interestingly, though, I don't know why they really suggest wet tyres at the intermediates. I mean, look at them. They're miles fast a minute. Demon there fast, 1:31.3. The best wet tyre lap we've seen was from Kodoy or Adam, I believe. And that's a second and a half down on the Williams ahead, as we now see Wolfie pick up a time there to go P1. But I think the track will just be constantly improving right now. It looks less wet than what we saw at the start of the session. But yeah, obviously you saw him make the lap count. It can't just be track improvement, and that's all he got. But anyway, though, Paez here on the Kick Sauber car, he's done pretty decent actually to put that in P9 on the wet tyres. But yeah, he will definitely need a better lap than that one if he wants to try and challenge fourth opposition. And definitely, I think, a switch tyres. He's 2 seconds away from pole currently, but he looks pretty stable in that Kick Sauber car. Is he going to quick on this lap? No, he's 8 seconds down. Yeah, he's recharging a battery here as well. He either is going for a push lap next lap, or he's coming in to the pit lane. Our head slow right now, 1.1 seconds up. Looks pretty nice there so far. Looks pretty leery though on the exit. His teammate Hazard also going for another lap 2 in there. Essex Perry goes to P11 on the wet tyres. Once again, I think these wets need to get off these cars. They're sort of not doing too good for him at the minute. Hazard though, we'll see him go across line. He's half a second up, so it might put ahead of Essex Perry and his teammate. It does, and Piers there actually. Nice half sector there from Hazard. We'll see what his teammate Heads can do, although he's actually moving the across line up ahead. There's Demu pops up a time to go P2, I believe. Rosie's going to come up with a time, 30.0. Lovely lap from him. His track's going to keep getting better. Heads here goes P4. But look at that, 1.2 seconds currently separating first and second. Obviously, these guys probably will get even more laps in, but Rose is insane out there in the wet currently. Wolfie's going to try and chase him down in a Haas right now. But if anyone actually wants to let me know, is there rain in the race too? I've actually got no idea on this. I saw the rain in the quality, obviously, before everyone else did. But if anyone could let me know there's rain in the race, that'd be amazing to hear. There's Blackbone really struggling with the rear Red Bull car, even on a assuming this is an in lap here as he's recharging the battery. There is Rhea Harris. I think it was really time to go into a different car here. So hold on a minute. Just 1 second here. There we go. Right, anyway, yeah, just because Rhea Harris' car actually has been taken here by obviously G. Benny and Mucha Capo there, who's actually a pretty nice lapper as well. I haven't even mentioned Mucha Capo really at all this whole session, but he's done a great lap so far. Cole Pillow's done a great lap. Let's go P2. This is great stuff here. Obviously, Rose is miles clear, but he's not been doing too bad here. There's only 5 minutes left in the session anyway. We're going to start seeing some really quick laps come up here. Wolfie, 6 seconds clear. There's a Sauber off, actually. Paez there. There's a rear house quickly joined session there, so everything just quickly flashed up. But yeah, here we go. 19 drivers now right on the grid here. We are going to be fighting out for position. And Wolfie were 30 dead there to start the final laps of the session here. Lovely lap actually from him once again to go quicker than Rose. He's really putting the fight to him, but obviously we'll see Rose go even quicker most likely as long as he's got it in him. Make sure he doesn't go and bin it now. Let's see what's the first sector like for Rose. 3/10 up. We're probably going to shift away from him for a second there. It's Kodoy actually. In that went P4. Now replaced by Exotic, who's got P3. I need to actually keep more track of these laps. These are some great laps coming in the minute. What's Suzuki there? In the McLaren, having to bail out of it in the end. Looks like G. Benny's a few seconds down. Really drifting. Everyone's loving the drifting here throughout these next two corners. There's a Red Bull going around next as Rose's 6 cents up. So, casual stuff, I think, at this point. I just managed to not find out who that Red Bull is. Coppola? It is Coppola, yes, it is. But anyway, let's have a look at more people here. Demu was second up, looking very squirrely, coming out of there. Big lock up on his tyres, too. And that's going to be Kadon behind him as well. No, it's not. It's going to be Rose, actually, behind him. As I think Demu there went into pits. He does. Rose decides the same. Because obviously, there's only a few minutes left now. I think all these guys have to come into the pit lane. I mean, unless you have got fuel for another lap. Well, Wolfie, no, I think he has got fuel for another lap here. So this will likely be Wolfie's, or maybe second or fully last lap here. Let's have to wait and see. But I'm assuming most people now will try and start their outlaps here. Do one more push lap just to make it count. But yeah, some people still saying out there, Wolfie being one of them. Will Kanon be another? No, he comes in. G. Benny there, I believe, he's staying out for the moment, but he's on the bad lap. Eddie Dust wisely now pits off those wet tyres. He's the last driver on them. Definitely needs to go into a set of inters now. He'll find the grip there most surely. Ray Harris also on outlap there in the Haas, which is pretty interesting. But yeah, obviously he'll be in the McLaren for this race. Anything really good for him in a minute, I think it's top 5. But with the gap actually out in front, I can easily see him being top 3 here as well, Rhea Harris. What I'm going to say though is I think with only 1 or 2 laps on the board, it's high pressure. I'm going to suggest anything above P5 would be amazing for him, I think. Obviously, top 3 is where he should be aiming at pace-wise, but you know what? I think we will still give some circumstances to account there. Wolfie, though, invalidates his lap. He needs to recharge his battery, and it'll probably be his last lap here. With a time of only 1 minute 30 on the board as the quickest lap, he's either going to do an outlap on this one, or he's going to have to absolutely send it this and next lap. I don't know what he's going to do, but we're just going to have to wait and see. What's promising, though, for him is the fact he's got this much fuel on board. This is really promising for Wolfie, actually, because this only tells us he's got a lot more pace in him for this qualifying session. Who else has got a lot of pace in him right now? Exotic Swords, 8.5 cents up there. Yellow Flag also is Sector 1, I believe, end of Sector 1. But right now, Exotic Swords on for a pretty banging lap here. Let's see, is Wolfie going to go again? Yes, he does. So this will be probably his last lap, unless he does one more with the battery he has left, but he's got very little battery left to go then. Let's see, though. Exotic Swords really doesn't play about with that curb. He's not going to try anything there, but it looks like he's trying to get really trigger-happy on the throttle now. Let's see it. This comes down the final corner. It's going to be a pretty good lap. Let's see. It's a good enough provisional pole right now. Across the line, Exotic will go 29.8. That's the benchmark for everybody's going chase now. He'll probably get potentially another lap in right now, but that's obviously if he's pushing. We'll have to wait and see. Essex Perry, I think, will be one of the next people to come across the line with their lap. Where's he going to go? No, he does, actually. He went P4. I didn't even see that. He's done a great lap. I just didn't see any movement on the timing tower. I was looking at it the whole time. Didn't see a single bit of movement, but apparently it was all right there. Let's see, though. Rhea Harris, I think, is going to be another one coming across the line in a minute, but I think this will be double outlap. So let's see where his outlap actually puts him. He's pushed on it nonetheless. I mean, he only used the battery, for God's sake. Let's see where it puts him. P10 for an outlap, not too bad there. Obviously, it's a warm the tyres, but yeah, pretty good lap from him. Essex Perry going again. Wolfie also going again. It's a Sauber trying to get out of the way of everybody, and I don't know if that was Kadon there, might have been blocked. Kadon outlap on wets, though. I don't understand why he's doing it. Why are you putting wets on now? Look at the times on the intermediate tyres. Wolfie with his 8-lap old intermediates. Can he go top? He can, as they turn to 9-lap old intermediates there. Brilliant lap, actually, with the wear that he's got. Essex Perry going again. Cole Pillar also signed right behind D-Move here, so obviously he really hopes he doesn't make a mistake, as there's only 10 seconds left. Will Jerry Sapp make it? I think he just will. But this can be very tight anyway. Yeah, only a few seconds left. Exotic Source will be next one across the line. He's invalidated. He's not going quicker. Let's see now who else is left. Essex Perry, 1/10 up in a minute, and we're going to then see, I think, Word Sudi is Jeremy Sam actually binned it to one, I believe. Let's have a quick look. Yes, he has. He's absolutely binned it. As Wolfie gets out of the way of people. Let's see. Essex Perry come across the line. He improved a bit, but not enough at the minute. McLaren across the line, Word Sudi, he's not going to go any quicker. Who will be next? Ultra Kappa, half a second up there at the minute, but that is not the vehicle we want to focus on. We'll focus on G. Benny for now, so we're going to try and really go under pressure here. Who will be next? Hasn't come across the line. Hayes getting sort of blocked here by the Mercedes, but we're just going to have to make sure everything's going on. I think G. Benny come across the line there now. Yes, he's only got P16. As it goes P10, Rio Harris pops for the time to go second place. That's really important for him. Let's see now, Kodoi. I think we want next across the line. Maybe, I think Blackburn actually been number one across the line. Where will Blackburn go in West Australia? Let's see where he goes. P6 will be now Kodoi's come across the line. He goes P4. It's going to be very close out, trying to find out who's where. Who is next across the line? I think it's Rose there. Williams coming first. Now Rose. Rose goes top. Is anyone going to be able to try and beat him here? I'm going to swap for everybody right now. Kano's not going to go any quicker. Who will be next? I think it's a Sauber. Yes, it is. I can't figure out who's next. Steve across the line now. I think that's Cole Pillar went for another lap there. Hence, I think it's going to be the last one across the line. Let's have a look. It's an invalid lap, but 1.1 seconds would be decent qualifying pace. It's a fortune for him. He's not going to go any quicker. Will Wolfie go any quicker? No, he won't. That is the grid. And that was incredibly, crazy, to be honest. Wow. I tried and catch up really there, but crazy stuff. Anyway, though, Rose on pole position there, 29.0. Lovely lap remember the end. Just beats out Wolfie, who I think actually had to back out of his other lap, as Jeremy Sapp also binned it on his last lap there. So, incredible stuff. Let me double check actually this whole time. Yeah, okay, our live tabbing's all good. Whew. Anyway, no, let's run through the grid very quickly. Rose on pole, only by a small margin to Wolfie. Great lap from him. Even P3, Rio Harris P4 in the Haas, but is actually the Kick Sauber here. But brilliant, actually, from Kick Sauber with their full-time drivers. Rio Harris P4, Kodoi P6. Let's see if we can keep that pace on the race. Exotic Swords, Sandwiches 7 P5. Gold Pillar in P7. Essex Perry P8. Blackman P9. Budget Bruce rounds out the top 10. Our heads are a big gap there, actually, to P11 in the end. Without that valid time at the end. Has a P12. Mucha Kappa P13. Paez P14. Jeremy Sapp P15. Kano P16 on the wet tyres. G. Benny P17. Eddie Dust P18 on the wet tyres as well. And Word Suzuki, I think actually validated his last lap, is last on the grid here. Quite far away too. Crazy stuff there. Brilliant lap from Rose as well. And it looks dry for a minute. I don't know if there's going to be any rain. Let's actually ask this one. I've had no response at all, so hopefully I get one. But right now, though, obviously, looks pretty dry. No rain for the race, according to our Henson there. So I believe we're all good for that. But yeah, 19 drivers right now. Australia is quite hard on tyre wear, but I think if you manage it enough there, I think you'll be able to pull off a one-stop. Some people don't definitely are going to be going for that two-stop, though. Tyres around Australia, they wear quite fast, and they drop off very quickly in terms of lap time. So I could definitely see people pulling off two-stops as well if they have the DRS to help them. Anything like that could really happen here, as we just see Lando Norris's garage there on the right, the only driver who was not been taken over by one of ours. Obviously, I think that would have been Bald Spot, who had actually come back after a few seasons of racing. A few seasons in Australia, actually. I think he's back full-time now, so he will be racing with us when he can, but at a late checkout today. Anyway, though, we're going to see what this race is going to be like. Right now, we're seeing most people on the medium to hards, and I completely agree. Even though those softs were used in the race, I don't think the softs are a race tyre really at all, unless you want to do those last few laps of the race, so holding out for a safety car, anything like that, that'll be where you want to use them. They just don't manage well, and I think turn one, incredibly important here to start the season off. Obviously it's good to wait for the lights to go out and obviously wait for everybody to pick their strategies. But yeah, turn one, incredibly important. No damage, no spin, nothing like that. You can't have that happen to your race, especially if you're on their mediums. You need that quick start. And I think the top three here are going to commit to the medium tyres. The rest of the top 10 there look like they were on hard tyres. So let's see what is going to happen now. Rose on pole, Wolfie alongside. It's all to play for here now to start the season off. Season 13 is underway. Rosie with a nice start there. Wolfie following behind there. But I think he's got a bit too much wheel speed. Yeah, Dimu is probably going to go around the outside there. We've got a little bit of Williams on the outside there. And it looks like Wolfie and Dimu side by side. Maybe a few people wide there as we see a few people locking up at the back. But it looks a pretty clean start for most out there. Wolfie and Dimu continue to fight out. Wolfie on the inside, but they can't keep fighting, obviously. You don't want Rose pulling away. Still on the inside. Dimu backs out there pretty wisely there. We're going to look from behind here now of a few of the drivers. You'll look from behind of Cold Pillow as Blackburn, a bunch of Bruce are fighting. Bunch of Bruce to back out there, and our heads try to go on the inside, switching all around there. Paez trying to go for a move on the outside here. Let's see if it's going to work. No, he is back out. Let's see. Is How's going to try and capitalize on that one now? As you can see, a load of moves already happening here. Blackburn, yeah, immediately past Cold Pillow, but he got a 1.6 second gap to Kodoy already. Crazy stuff. And we're going to see now our Henson still maybe having to actually fend off Paez here as they go into the very fast turn 9 and 10, I believe. And that's a Red Bull wide there of Cold Pillow. Our Henson's going to try and dump the battery here. He's going to go on the inside. And Cold Pillow's mistake there leads to 1, 2, maybe 3 places. Calm down, and it has been. And there's even more contact there as Kadom has contact. And there's an absolute crazy amount of cars at the back of this field here. And I think quite a few of them would have something to answer there going into those braking zones. There's actually a V-Cup there also going off mostly. And Rose, though, is into, obviously still the lead of this race. Not into the lead of this race, still the lead right now. Wolfie follows D-Move as well. And we're seeing even more moves being made here now. Jeremy Sapp on the inside of any dust. Gets someone just stopped the time. And done. There's the Alpine there cutting the grass. MS Perry to be very careful rejoining. And Kadom just gets ahead there in the end. There's actually a bit of damage there for Cold Pillow. I don't know if G. Benny picked up any in that kerfuffle as well. Let me have a look. Don't believe he did, but he probably got held up quite a bit as well. Right now, though, DRS is available to anyone within 1 second of the car ahead. And it looks like right now, Wolfie almost breaking away from D-Move there, but he just gets that DRS at the end. Exotic Sword's also holding on as Rhea Harris actually dropped down position now on the start. Quite a lot of battery to play with, though, there. Henson, though, getting past. Paez getting past. Budget Bruce, unfortunately, having to deal with the fact he had no battery to spare there. Mucha Kappa also actually got past Hazard there as he runs a little bit wide there onto the curb, but he seems all right for now. Let's see. Paez looking actually really aggressive here. Really racy, too, which is quite what we like, obviously, as long as you don't absolutely bang into the car ahead. So, yeah, as long as that happens... look, that doesn't happen. Sorry, we'll be completely fine. Right now, the Exotic Swords immediately lost DRS to Rhea Harris. Rhea Harris is probably going to try and pass the next few corners, surely. He can't wait till the straight. It can't be that long. However, though, we've got a McLaren round in the back there. Wertasudi, unfortunately for him, he is round. And right now, though, yeah, Rhea Harris makes the move on Exotic Swords. They're going to really go for it here. Exotic Swords actually won't be still in the hard tyres. I don't know why they're fighting in a minute. They've got to work themselves together. They can't be fighting like this. Top 3 on medium soon. They've got to pull themselves back into this race. I don't know what they're doing. But, yeah, anyway, though, Rhea Harris is back into that P4 spot restarted, I believe. Let's actually look at the position changes. That's stops there. Yeah, top 6 remain completely unchanged for now. That might change, though, here as D-Move. It's on the back of Wolfie. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. But maybe another move trying to be made here. Paez on the inside. He's only being just left enough room there by our Henson. And I think it was one that our Henson didn't want him doing. But Paez just managed to get his car in a gap which is pretty tight there. And he manages to get up into PA. His sights now set on Blackbone up in P7. I think he have a little bit of way to go until he finds his teammate there in P6. At least for this round, obviously. Rhea Harris in Kick Sauber, actually. As a full-time seat, so from then on we'll see him at Kick Sauber as long as he's not this late to any of our lobbies. However, though, right now Rhea Harris setting quickest lap of the race so far on the hard tyres and definitely trying his best to push. Yeah, we see him go a little bit wide actually there. Probably a warning for track limits. And look at his battery, 0% on that dash. It's actually bring it up for you on the telemetry. Yeah, very little percent to play with now. Essex Perry though into the pit lane. Don't know if he got any damage. Let's have a look. He did, unfortunately for him. He was on the hard tyres too, but now it's going to be set on mediums for him. Cole Pillar, though, also actually on the hard tyres there, but he's really struggling, actually. I'm not sure what's going on. But yeah, that Red Bull does not look very handy for him to be using. Let's see now, though. D-Move looks like he's got such an overspeed here on Wolfie. Wolfie's going to try and make it a bit difficult for him, obviously. He's still got a DRS on Rose. Let's see it now. They're going to go side by side, turn 9 and 10. They're going to try, you know. Wolfie just leaves Demon enough space. He has back out there. Otherwise, that would be coming together. Exotic Swords also gets penalty right now as Kodoi starts creeping onto the back of him. Payet's also been actually in that time, got past Blackburn. I didn't actually see that one. And he's got no DRS. And our Henson now trying to make the move on the inside. These two with a little bit of history together. And our Henson forces Blackbone onto the gravel there. And there's going to be Bludgeon Bruce now looking like he's going to be holding up Blackbone now a little bit more as he goes through up into P9. Blackbone, I think that will be a little bit rude there from our Henson. We'll have to wait and see how that goes after the race. Maybe there'll be a few words exchanged between them. However, right now, Rhea Harris left Exotic for dust on them hard tyres and obviously has got up to the top 3 now. We obviously see it right here, and it's a great place for Rhea Harris to be. As long as he harvests his battery, he's going to be right with these. Oh, big sap there, though, as we just saw. Kado and Eddie Dust, so now I actually think fighting. I actually think Eddie Dust maybe made a mistake there as he went off. Jeremy sat there, has a Mitch Capo, all these guys also doing their best to do all right in this race at the minute, but they're sort of towing each other along right now. However, we're going to change off positions. Blackmore also actually getting first penalty there. Yellow flag, though. Eddie Dust out of the session. That's a massive crash into turn 5, I believe. That is an insane crash. G. Benny, very lucky to not have anything absolutely demolish his car there. But, yeah, I think on the mediums now, I think you're doing an early stop. I think you probably have to change it to this 2-stop strategy here. It's too worth. Like, it's so worth hitting right now, at least in my opinion. Maybe a hard and a medium tyre for the rest of this race, or a hard and a soft tyre. I think it's so worth it. Let's see what these guys do out in front. Will Rose bring it in? Yes, he will. Will Wolfie? Yes, he will. Demu will stay out. Rhea Harris probably should stay out here, and he does. Interesting from D-Move there, though. Kodoi and Pius. Pius actually able to back off a little bit. Oh, Henson really, he actually almost hit the pit wall there as he trying to shut his car, but he seems all okay right now. Oh, Blackbone inside the car, Budget Bruce there. Not sure what's going on there, but we've got a bit of a mixed strategies right now. Yeah, Wolfie here on the soft tyres, Rose on the hard tyres. Maybe he will try and go to the end on those. We'll have to wait and see, obviously, because the top 3 still need to make a stop. D-Move leading the race currently, but I think he should have boxed off their medium tyres. They're probably quite worn already. And right now, he does have track position, but I think the guys behind him will start going incredibly quickly. I think Wolfie will be the main one to do so here. He's going to challenge Rosie surely immediately off the start on those soft tyres. I think he's going to go for a stint where it's incredibly quick initially. Obviously, we need to box again. So we know we'll go for a 2-stop. But yeah, I think some people are actually getting quite a bit in that. Kodoi here. Brilliant stuff right now. I think he's actually in a net P3. Unless Rhea Harris and Exotic Swords are going to do 1 stop here. Even in that case, though, he's net P5. I think it's a pretty good race for him so far. And obviously, Rose Wolfie being 1-2. Now a 4-5, but yeah, these guys do need to pit. And I think Rhea Harris and Exotic Swords, those two, definitely should have stayed out, I believe. Both on hard tyres from the start of the race. Definitely worth it for them. D-Move, though, I still think he should have come in. I don't think it's really any time for him to come in now. I think he's been a little bit too late for that one. But yeah, Eddie Dust crashing is, well, first off, a massive crash once again. Let's see what D-Move does here, actually, though. I am really considering to see if he'll pit again. No, he is going to stick with those medium tyres. They've got to be quite worn out, though. That's why I'm a bit concerned here for him. Everyone down to P14. Oh, and Wolfie's had an issue there. I'm not sure what's going on there. Oh, he is having a massive lag spike, so I don't know what's going on. I hope he's all right, actually, here. I think he's okay now. But that was a ridiculous lag spike all of a sudden. And he's now down to 10th. Unless he's going to lag back up again. Not sure what happened there, but he is now down at P10. Awful news for Wolfie. And then he does leave session, obviously, after that crash. Not really wanting to spectate any more of that. Yeah, interesting enough here, though. We're going to look at this grid now. I think there's some people who've done an absolutely insane race so far. Paez, the main one here, onto the hard tyres, which technically, if he nurses him enough, can go to the end. And he's up 8 places. Brilliant race from so far in the Sauber car. Budget Bruce there as well. Doing a pretty nice race, actually, all things considered. He wasn't really considered crazy points contender last season, but yeah, right now, held his own pretty well, and he's up at P7 right now, with a few people up ahead, still needing to pit. Obviously, he's benefited a little bit from Wolfie's lag there. I don't know what's happened, but yeah, he's not been too bad at all. I think other people who've maybe got a little bit ruined, though, some people in hard tyres actually choosing to box there. Has, I believe, I think Henson may have also boxed, but I think he was on medium tyres. Yeah, it was just the way to see, though, as now safety car is in this lap. We'll have to wait and see where Dimu decides to go. Obviously, there is a 50-mile-an-hour limit to how fast you can go when you are the leader. And as long as you don't slow below that point for an excessive period of time, it's completely fine. You can drop under it, but obviously you do need to very quickly get up ahead of that one. Obviously, if you're also limited by the game, that's completely fine. But we just have to wait and see where Demon goes here, because this is really important for him. He's just on the limit here, and he has to be, really, isn't he? Just it's below. I think he's going to go now. Let's see it. He is going to try and go. Let's see how the grip is on their medium tyres. He looks all right, and Dimu is away. Rhea Harris in P2. Cole Pillar's got a 10-second penalty for ignoring the yellow flag somehow. Maybe there's some issues here in the back of the field, and there definitely is. As is now 5 seconds behind everybody. So I don't know what has gone on there. I'll have to just wait and see on that one. Anyway, though, Rhea Harris, when he tried to go for a move straight away, he fakes a move for now. Nothing else happening, though. Colbert actually dropped down quite a bit there, too. Hazard's got a penalty as well. It is absolute carnage at the bottom here. Someone's on intermediate tyres. I don't know what is going on there, but someone is on the intermediate tyres. That is, I don't know what is going on. Okay. I don't know about you. I mean, it is looking a bit overcast, but I don't think I'm seeing a single drop of rain on the track so far. As Mucha Capo, I was praising Budget Bruce, who's actually got a bit of wing damage somehow as well. I'm not sure he's picked that up during the safety car. Some crazy stuff as well. And we're seeing Wolfie trying his best to make some moves. And the back of the field is going to tag our heads slightly. He's going to tag him again. He's almost round. But he's still there. He's trying his best to make a move now. Let's see. Will he start getting impatient? He's going to try and look for a send. He's not going to get it there. And our Henson is all right for now. He's got a bit of a Larry exit, though. Yeah, crazy stuff at the minute, though. Our Henson in P9. And it looks like their Budget Bruce doing his best. And that's a bit of a wide moment for Misha Capo. Our Henson trying to go on the outside of hard tyres. Has to leave it. There's almost a major contact between the pair. And Wolfie goes through. Even with that penalty, and Wolfie now, he's going to try and make a move. Mucha Capo here, rounding outside turn one. This is a very brave spot. Mucha Capo leads with the space, only just so, and Blackbow now actually past our heads to two. This is some great racing here. Only just here. Compiller retires for session though in the pit lane, and we're going to see now our Henson on the inside of Blackbow. What's going to happen here? Our Henson, getting very leery. He's off. Our Henson off the track. Though he's already damaged on his car. I think he's okay, but yeah, definitely a little bit of rudeness there from Blackburn, obviously being pushed onto the gravel there actually by our Henson previously. But our Henson now, we're going to see, we're going to get off actually his camera. We're going to now see what happens for lead this race. Kodo, though, trying to really hassle Rose here, and Paez the same. Rose still getting held up here a little bit by these cars. He's on much battery to play with either. He's got to make a move soon, Exotic. He's only just got out of DRS. The two Salvas are fighting pretty nicely here too. We're going to see now Kodoy on the outside. Paez trying to go for a switchback move, and he's going to try and go on the inside here. A little bit of contact with his teammate, but that is a brilliant move from Paez. He's up into fifth place. Lovely stuff. And crazy, some of these moves are being pulled off right now. They're really good. And Wolfie now, still not really making any inroads to anybody right now. It's ridiculous stuff here. I really thought Wolfie, on them soft tyres, will be able to do something. Rhea Harris up ahead, gets the 3-second time penalty. We're going to quickly watch Rose here, as he's now on the back of Exotic Swords, but he's got no battery to play with. Paez is trying his best to catch up here as well. Kodoy too. But yeah, there's top three in a minute. Holding on better than I expected. Oh, Dima goes wide though as soon as I say that. Let's have a look now what he's going to do through the rest of this section. We're going to see what he's doing. Rhea Harris right now. Yeah, let's have a look what he's going to try and do down this straight. Exotic Sword Zone and Roses, see what they're going to do down this straight. We're going to look at him. Is there any spots? Is there any spots of rain actually? There is actually slight spots of rain there. Interesting here. As we're looking at Rose's onboard, the guy on intermediates may have been cooking something, but it might have been a bit too late here. Yeah, the rain is falling. That's a white Mucho Capo there. Really, really lucky not to drop onto the grass there. And yeah, right now though, that's actually a kind of curb there, I think, for one of the drivers. But yeah, now is the time to choose. When do you box onto the intermediate tyres? Let's see now. Anyone else going to try and box? Let's have a look. Is there going to be anyone trying to box here now? I don't think so. It'll be a bit too early. Let's wait and see. Will our heads try box? Let's have a look. He won't. G. Benny will risk it. He'll try and risk it as Rose and Exotic Source are fighting. Here we go. Exotic almost losing the car there. And we're seeing a fight for the lead once again. Demon with Rio Harris. On the outside goes Rio Harris. A bit of a lock up there on the tyres. So Demon goes deep. Rio Harris for the switchback on the outside. He's leaving Demon very little room to work with. Rio Harris with a lovely move there to take the lead, even though he's got that penalty. A brilliant move for the lead, but he's got to watch out once he goes down this straight next. We'll have to see what happens. Demon though clouts the grass a little bit there, and we're going to see now, will Rose try and make any sort of inroads into him? I don't think he will. He's got very little battery to work with. Let's look at D-Move though. He's turned on the battery. He's turning on everything. Let's see what he's going to do now. D-Move contact with him. And Rio Harris, sorry, he's got damage. He's just not moved in time. And that's going to allow Rose now to have a bit of a fight at him. Let's see now, Rose on the inside. D-Move can't break as well. He's going to really be careful. D-Move and Rose doing their best. It's very, very, very tight with contact. Exotic Sword trying to make a move. There's contact again. Maybe Demon should have a little bit more space there, but Exotic was maybe a little bit too audacious with that move, to be honest. It's a little bit, a little bit too far back, I think, to be fully warranting space. But anyway, though, we're still seeing moves being made no matter what. And Paez still trying to make some moves there. Kadon past Wolfie, and Wolfie trying to go for that soft tyre gamble. That's all it was. That is why he put on his soft tyres, trying to go for the intermediates and get next split in his race. Front wing damage, though, as well. It's not looking good for him. Oh, massive crash! As there's Paez into the wall. I don't know what has gone on there. Massive crash going towards turn 3. I don't know what in God's name has just happened. Crazy stuff. We saw Demon had damage, obviously, but that's not right now. Exotic has major damage there. And yeah, look, he's down to P12 there, Paez. I think Kodoi's, he got a bit of damage there. I don't know. Oh, he's looking very leery, though, coming through on the straight there. Rio Harris and Rose, this is incredibly close as well. Brilliant race start of the season. Rose right on the outside of Rio Harris to make the move. Crazy stuff. He's back into the leader race on their fresh sides. A wide D-move there in the Williams too. Oh my god. As Exotic Swords is under pressure now from Kodoi, and there's a switch to the inside. Budget Bruce, he just thinks differently there. There's a little bit of a tag there actually in the back, and Budget Bruce trying to go on the inside now. Will he do it? I don't think it's really the thing to do. He's got a little bit of contact there. Exotic has to go wide. Obviously on that wing damage, he can't really fight as well, but I think he has to pit now. Surely he's got to pit now. Some people on the intermediate tyres, let's see what they're doing. There's even more fighting down the back of the field here. And there's Budget Bruce. He's round as well. This is ridiculous stuff. What is going on? Jeremy Saff now, all of a sudden, I saw he was in the back of the field at the start of the lap. He's up to P7. Even with that penalty, he's doing insane stuff. We took up there very leery too. We're going to see what Jerry Saff now does for here on the outside. We saw it already go wrong with Paez there, and he's down in P11. There's a little bit of contact as well. Mauricio Capo just holding on against Jeremy Saff right now. And let's see Exotic Swords. Where's he going to come out here in relation to it? And let's see Wolfie. What is going on? He's on a set of softs, interestingly enough. So maybe he believes the rain is going to fall down hard enough. We'll have to look at these two guys' pace here in comparison. So we're going to look to Blackbone now on Kodoi. Kodoi has not got much battery to play with, but he's being quite aggressive. He's got to be on the inside here to try to defend the spot. Let's see what Blackbone does. Will he go round the outside here? He's going to try it. He's going to make it stick as well. Brilliant move from Blackbone, but he's going to be under pressure from Kodoi once again. Let's see it now. Down towards, it's very tight with the wheel to wheel here, and Kodoi backs out in the end of it. I think that was definitely a smart thing for him to do. However, both of them get very leery on the rear end. I think now, actually, look at it here. It's starting to rain that bit more. Rio Harris calls it, and I think it was actually the right lap to call it here. Rose's going to continue for another lap. Demu on 12 lap on mediums. He must be feeling it so badly now, but he is definitely going to be doing that. And now, Demu takes the penalty. He's felt the pressure, and he's going to be on the intermediate tyres there now. And unfortunately, yeah, Budget Bruce as well, another driver. Obviously, it's very slippy out there. And some people with some wear, Demu fixing his wing too. So he's going to be held up. He's going to be held up a lot in this stop. Right now, though, actually, also very Larry Hudson there too. Kodo though into pit lane. Spire is actually behind. Hits for that wing damage. Exotic Swords in, and Wolfie was matching his pace actually. Let's see where he comes out in relation. He's pretty close. And let's see now what our people up ahead are going to do. Let's have a look towards Jeremy Saff as he'll be the next person to try and go for a fight here. Once again, DRS, I believe, is still on. Any sort of safety car here could be really good for this top 5. We'll have to wait and see. Rhea Harris picks up another penalty now. And there's no more DRS. Look, oh no, there is actually DRS. I don't know why it was not showing on the MOD there at the bottom, but there is some DRS on at the minute. He's overtaken. God, that's a very Larry Mucho Capo as well. Jeremy Saff's got to do something here, surely. Maybe switch to the inside, I don't know. He'll try and leave the outside bit open in Mucho Capo, but he's wide. And he's set onto a switchback. Will Jeremy Saff go for it? He's going to have to make sure he realises he's got to go to the pits lane, pits as well. Unless he decides to stay on these dry tyres, I don't know. Crazy stuff in this race. I'm going to need a glass of water once we end it. And we're only halfway through, for God's sake. Jeremy Saff into the pit lane. Interestingly enough, there's some people saying out. Very interesting to see. Because right now, Kodoy, yeah, look, he co-opted Hazard there. So on the 8.5 mediums there, they are definitely going to be a bit worn. But intermediate tyres are on. The DRS is on. Just look at it, though. All these guys are going definitely quicker than Hazard at the minute on them tyres. You have to wait 10 seconds, I think, for a penalty they actually got. As Mucho Capo and K-Dom sliding about over here. But they're just having to try and survive here. As long as they can do that, they'll be pretty damn good. But here, right now, here we'll see the actual pace. Our Henson and Rio Harris. Our Henson still on his hard tyres where he pit onto under that earlier safety car. He's got about the same grip here as Rio Harris, but this is a treacherous part of the track. On dries, it's slippy. On inters, it's hard to keep the temperatures from going sky high. You've got to minimise steering here somehow. You can't be harsh on it. Rio Harris, though, looks like he's going to make the move down our heads, and he does. We'll definitely see it now with the sort of pace difference here. As obviously these guys ahead. Look, you can clearly see there. Mucho Capo even trying to save on the straight. Like any sort of aggressive movements on the steering wheel, your race will be done if you're on them dry tyres. But we'll just have to wait and see now, because Rose at the minute leads by about, I want to say 15 seconds to the guys on intermediate tyres. Our Henson's losing quite a bit of time, though, to those inter runners, and actually they're caught up here at the front. Mucho Capo, he's going to be very careful on the wall there, but he does make his way into the pit lane. K-Dom up into P3. It's a brilliant day for Mercedes, somehow. K-Dom, I don't even know where he started, but he started low down. Look at that. P16, but obviously he's got to come in. But wherever Mucho Capo comes out at the minute, I think that's where he'll come out. So right now, still a P10 spot, I believe, if K-Dom, keeps this sort of pace up. So I'd say, regardless here, great stuff from him. He's holding up Rio Harris at the minute, though, but he's going to be very close with tagging the back of that Haas there. Surely Rio Harris, he's got to try and just make it on the straight here. He can't risk it in the corner. Because look, K-Dom is just so much slower on them drier tyres. And right now, though, he's actually doing a pretty good favour for the two drivers ahead there, Blackbone and Rose, especially his teammate, actually. He's 16 seconds clear now, and Rio Harris got to make the move here, surely. He's got to try it, and K-Dom there keeps the inside. Rio Harris there makes the move now, takes the podium spot there off of K-Dom. But look at the grip difference on the tyres now. But I think some people might just well hold it out here, surely. Surely they must. I mean, look at it right now. We don't know if it's actually all DRS disabled. That is the cue. And there we go. Look, K-Dom struggling for anything on those tyres in a minute. Rose into the pit lane for the intermediate tyres. Blackbone will surely do the same. K-Dom will surely do the same. No, he doesn't. He stayed out another lap. He's got to be risking a safety car or something. Because he might as well, actually. He is going to be going down the field anyway. He might as well try something out. And I think it's pretty brave to go and do something. He's going to come out right next to his teammate. I think for his sake, he definitely needs to stop back behind him. There's Rose really struggling actually to find any grip coming out the pit lane. Hence, I think also doing the same actually as K-Dom. Just seeing as any sort of safety car. But look, he's getting unlapped by the person. No, actually, hold on. There's a. Actually, correct. Sorry, I thought it was a different part of the track. Yeah, he's been unlapped by the man in P17. And he's 54 seconds to the field. I don't know how it's happened in the first place, but it's probably an absolute stinker of a race. But yeah. He saw me just wait for a safety car or something to happen ahead of him, because this is ridiculous. I feel like, other than that, this is treacherous conditions for those hard tyres, and he can't keep on them really. Obviously, Henson will be susceptible to Kodoy by the end of this lap, most likely. He's gaining a lot, and sector 3 will be the time where they probably gain the most. It's a load of medium and lower speed corners where traction is needed. And we'll see now, yeah, look, Dimu trying his best to close up to Kodoy ahead of him. But Henson is closing up to Kado himself, but then also he's getting caught by Kodoy. And Dimu's going to go for a lunge. Jesus Christ, that was late from the Williams driver, who's going to be now on power. Let's see, they're both struggling there, and actually they make contact wheel to wheel. And let's see now, Henson is just trying to watch us behind. Dimu's going to try to resend us a McLaren round in all of that. And I think Henson's going to go for a pit now. Kodoy takes both of them. Brilliant move, actually, from Kodoy. After all of that, both of them were struggling to get past that Ferrari. Henson goes wide. Kodoy just goes, you know what? We're taking the place off both of you. And he's up to P3. Brilliant so far. And right now, this is actually ridiculous from the Sauber team. Obviously, Bria Harris, he was just here a little bit late, so he didn't actually get his Sauber seat that he wanted. But he is a Kick Sauber as a full-time driver. This is an amazing race for the pair of them. Kodoy having a really breakout race, actually. He normally... Well, I mean, last season we didn't really see this sort of pace from him, but right now, up at a podium, brilliant stuff. And I think right now, everybody's on intermediate tyres, so hopefully the craziness is going to at least settle down for a second. But actually, we'll quickly watch this fight as Dimu slams it against the barrier. I think he's not got any damage from that, but this is what I mean. It's so tight on some of these corners. Even though it looks flat out, it's treacherous out there. Kodoy's going to try and keep the wheel in. There's even more contact between the pair of them. Dimu just gets through, and I think he's going to get through for good here, at least for now. As, yeah, Kodoy can't really respond to anything for the minute. This is the closest fight on track that we're seeing, so we'll just have to wait and see if it keeps going like this. But yeah, crazy stuff. We'll settle it down now, and let's see where everyone's really come out in relation to this rain, because there was predicting no rain for the start of this race. Everyone in qualifying was looking at the rain, said absolutely nothing. There was only rain in qualifying, and that was it. And Bria Harris, I think, another racing penalty. I think he's on 9 seconds now. He's really, no, 12 seconds. He's pushing it quite a lot. Yellow flag in the back there. That's Budget Bruce without a wing. He was doing so well earlier on in this race, but right now, unfortunately for him, he'll need another stop. And there's a drifting thing there. Oh, actually, hold on a minute. It's a virtual safety car. No, a full safety car out on the track. Interesting stuff there. Oh, oh my goodness. I think he's trying to avoid the safety car as well. There's some crazy stuff going on. Paez as well. Coming for another stop there. Ridiculous Australia race so far. I don't know if it's going to dry out by the end of this race, but we're going to have to wait and see what happens here. Looks like right now it's going to be all okay. I don't know if any of Jeff or Mark is going to say anything right here, but wow. Yeah, absolutely crazy stuff. We can finally settle down for a minute, and yeah, actually, this was something that someone just brought up here. Henson and Kadon. Both of them pit. 1 lap later, the safety car comes out. It's unfortunate timing, but they'd probably been up a few extra positions for that. The only good thing for them, really, they've got fresh intermediate tyres, really. They don't need another pit stop. But yeah, they'll lose out a lot on track position, most likely, as there's a McLaren there actually holding up a few drivers, I believe. But he is lapped. Oh, no, this helps. I mean, it's going to say this helps Harris a little bit, but yeah, he's not twice like the penalties. I don't know about that. Would have said help him release with the tyre wear that he had, but no, he's going to come into the pit lane, but those sorts of penalties are going to hurt him a lot. At least other people around him do have penalties too, but yeah, everyone else here going to come in for a stop, and I think, yeah, pretty worth it. Most of the people who find up old intermediates. It's definitely worth it for them to take. Blackburn, though, stays out. Pretty expected, actually. But right now, look at the rain. It's... I don't know if it's just me, but I think it's getting a little bit lighter, actually, as Dimu has to wait 10 seconds there in the pit lane. Not sure what happened to him. Jeremy Saff drive through the speed of the safety car. He's only just realised, look, he's stopped on the track. He's just realised the delta, and he's having to slow down massively. I think he's okay. He's only got one drive-through, but he's only just realised, oh my god, the delta. And yeah, unfortunately for him, he's down P9, down P10, sorry, actually, with a drive-through to serve. So unfortunate, but it's a massive mistake. That's all I can really say about it. Absolutely massive mistake. We've still got a third of the race to go, mind you. And in all fairness, I think where Caleb and our heads have ended up, it's around where they probably would have ended up realistically anyway. I mean, maybe they'll gain another place off Mucho Capo here, but yeah, he has a pit, and I think it's about where they probably would have ended up, really. Yeah, right now, though, look at some of this stuff. There's only 6 drivers out there out of penalty in a minute, and some a bit more than others out there. Rhea Harris, the obvious one there. P2 with 12 seconds of penalties. Kane with another one, 9 seconds of penalties. Jeremy South, the other outlier with a drive-through, but he only just got that one for that speeding there in the end of it. Yeah, I'm very intrigued, though, to see what is going to happen to rain for the rest of this race. I mean, I don't know if the track's going to get wetter or not. I mean, I believe it looks like it's getting a little bit, I guess, drier out on the track. I mean, there's not... Like, you can sort of see the asphalt starting to get back its own colour there. You can start seeing it. And you can see it's a little bit, just a tiny bit drying up. But look, people are actually going to the right there to fill up their tyres. Yeah, it's quite interesting to see what happens by in this race. If it dries up fast, then we might have a race in our hands, to be honest. Some people might even go for a set of soft tyres by the end of it. We do not know, but yeah, I'm going to start thinking that this rain's going to subside, and in the next few laps, I'd say, it really is not, once again, coming down as much as you'd think, if you're going to have a track this wet. But yeah, actually, looking at the spray, though, behind some of these drivers, it's a bit much as well. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see, but I definitely thought the rain was getting lighter at some point. Right now, though, don't believe it is, and I think Rose, as long as he doesn't really mess up some things, I think he's got this one in the bag. You know what I'd see? I mean, as I say, as long as he doesn't mess up on a few things there. Bria Harris, P2, towards the penalties. Blackburn P3 with 3 seconds. These two, without penalties here, Colo and Micho Capo, they've been doing pretty good all race. Wolfie in P6, wasn't a soft stint, but yeah, nothing else really happened to him. Kadon, though, unfortunately, there were 9 second penalties, but he's still P7. Our Henson in P8, also trying to stay out on them tyres, but yeah, both of them couldn't really have the gamble that they wanted in the end and had it paid off. But yeah, Emu as well, in P9, interestingly enough. He was out the field, but I don't actually know what's happened to him to be in P9. I think he just had another stop, and I just didn't really calculate it. But yeah, anyway, though, FX Perry, I remember seeing him round at the start of the race. I think he was last, also actually with some damage. Might be wrong there, but no, he's up in P10. Paez, we saw his massive crash, but we didn't see it how it happened. We just saw him absolutely stationary down at turn 3. Not sure how that happened, but either way, once again, he's P11. He's only got 3 seconds of penalties. He can still get a really good result here. His optic sort of the same, actually. Yeah, he got major damage, actually, with that Paez crash, but then they're side by side with each other, so we might see some more fighting going on there between the two of them. Maybe a little bit more contact, but we don't know yet. Anyway, though, once again, these two both have major damage, and they're still in some decent points positions at the minute. Jeremy Seppin with driver, unfortunately for him, that's going to be him last immediately, other than the lap car here of Wurt Suzuki, which is a really interesting name. And he has been lapped by, I believe, everybody except for... Oh, there's a bit of a slowdown here. As, not sure what happened now, actually, G. Benny, I think, has messed that one up. I think Has trying to let him by. Yeah, look, Has trying to let him by. Lap car goes by as well, but I don't know if that's what Has really wanted. I think lap car let him back through, and yeah, he does. I think lap car's trying to get out of everybody's way now, other than Budget Bruce, unfortunately for him. Well, he was in a great race. To be fair, he's got no penalties, so I think as long as he keeps on track, Budget Bruce on for some decent points. So, yeah. Anyway, once again, Jeremy South, we're going to drive through. He can't serve it, remember. We got it a few laps earlier, and we've talked about it already. Quite a lot of penalties to go through, and we've still got some racing laps left. And some of them actually also exceeding track limits of the safety car. I don't know how some people do this, to be honest. I'm not too sure. Unless you, like, really mess up, which I warp the tyres. Oh, there's a bit of stoppage ahead. Only two people able to react to that one time, and I think they do only just. As of there, Budget Bruce slow down as well. Everyone needs to slow down. Rose here is the one controlling the speed now. He's under that 50-mile-an-hour limit, but yeah, look, he goes right above it again. I think people, they play on the limit with it, and I think they'll still catch some people out thinking, surely we're going less 50 mile an hour.
But no, we aren't. It's what Rose's doing, and yeah, it's hopefully going to be stopping crashes whenever we go way less than 30. I mean, if we go less than 30, that's ridiculous. But obviously, you do it in real life, but I think, yeah, people in real life are a lot more competent people in league racing. But anyway, Rose leads us off for the safety car restart now. Rio Harris behind him, and I think quite a lot of people here getting a pretty good restart. Not really too many people dropping back too much. Oh, but that's Perry, though. He's going to really force Pius to the inside there, and he's going to try and make the move. No, he goes way too wide there. He was a bit too optimistic in the move. He's off the track. Essex Perry absolutely sells him there for that dummy of a move. And there we go. Pius down to be swots there again into P13. Jeremy Saff now having to contend with that Sauber car. So he's looking really racy here, Pius. We've seen him actually once again earlier up the field. He was incredibly racy, and yeah, lovely to see. But he's tagged the wall. He's really pushing it now. I think he's definitely getting a bit angry now. With how this race has really gone from. He's had contact. He's now been sort of put into the grass there by his own mistake. However, we're going to see now Wolfie and Mucho Capo. These two are inches apart here, going side by side. Let's see now. Will he back out, Mucho Capo? Yes, he will. Wolfie ranking outside. Brilliant move there from him. Essex Ray picks up penalty as well, lower down the field. And that is another driver actually picked up penalty for the first time in this race. And yeah, unfortunately, Mucho Capo actually, he's got damage, and I don't think he actually repaired it. In the pit lane. Jeremy Supping's done the penalty as well across with that drive-through. He needs to serve it this lap, really. Caden, though, also trying to hold on. Gets our heads to the grass a little bit, but he looks to be all okay. He's getting pushed through this corner here by Dimu. Really wanted to try and get some moves on here, Dimu. Obviously, only 3-second penalty, but yeah, most people around him with that same exact penalty. He's got to make sure that something happens with it. Jeremy Supping comes to the pit lane. Rio Harris with another penalty. He honestly might get disqualified this rate. I don't know how the limit is on penalties for track limits, but will it say it, actually? If he's doing disqualification, because this is crazy right now. I don't know what is going on with him. I think right now he's okay. Pius there get a warning for corner cutting there too. But, yeah, I think Rio Harris, honestly, if he keeps going the way he's going, he actually might get disqualified if he gets that many penalties. However, though, let's see what is going to happen down this straight. Let's see if anything's going to happen. And if not, so quickly just shut up for a second. I'll be right back after that. Hold on 1 minute. Let's have a quick look, though. There's nothing swords, I believe anything's going to happen down this straight. And rehashing that penalty. Crazy stuff. Right, be back in 1 second. Right, sorry, we actually just got back here, though. And right now, I hit some Kano. I was some crazy fighting, and Dimu trying to go back on the inside. It's a great time to come back, I think. Both these two side by side going to the final corner. It's really tight there, actually, between the pair of them. Dimu with a slide, Kano with a slide. Let's see what's going to happen now. Going across now. Well, we're only in the last 5 laps of this race. It's really tight between the pair of them. Oh, it's very close. He has to back out. There's a little bit of contact between him and the Aston Martin behind him. Pius is going to pick a penalty. He's not going to 3-second penalty. He's going to watch this fight between Dimu and Caleb. He's even wheel banging between the pair of them. Caleb's going to go back up the inside. I think he's broke too late. He's hit Dimu a little bit. He's off the track. And now Exotic Swords goes through. Jerry sacrificed a session in the pit lane as well. Not really too surprised considering he had that drive through. I think also in that, actually, Mucho Capo was another driver to get a penalty that I wasn't able to see. But yeah, there's only 3 drivers now without a penalty in this race. And also Rio Harris. I don't know what he's doing anymore. Because if he actually gets disqualified, that is going to be just ridiculous. I don't think everyone actually seems to get disqualified for the amount of penalties they get in a race. Ever, I believe. He's looking towards Kadom, though, going side by side. It's really tight between the pair of them. Kadom losing places now, but he's getting a nice run here, actually, on the Aston Martin. But he's got too many penalties to really contend for an actual spot. D-Move, though, has got to try and make a move in his contact. Kadom and Exotic. Oh my goodness me, that was an explosion of a crash. Kadom, though, I put surely wing damage. He does have wing damage. He's got to be careful now as Stevie trying to make a move on the outside of him. He's going to turn to the inside for the next corner. He's got a little bit of contact again. Kadom can't go in the pits, really. But D-Move does make the move. Kadom, unfortunately for him, he's ruin that breaking point, and he's got to make sure he doesn't ruin it again here going to turn one. I hope he doesn't, because for his sake, it would not do good for him or for any other driver around him, and he's just going to be all right for the minute. Essex Ferry, though, looking quite leery on the exit there. Let's see if Pius can be able to do anything about that. Let's have a look. G. Benny picks up penalty again for set of track limits. Essex Ferry is quite wide, but he manages just to make the corner, actually, there. Surprising, actually, to be honest, there. I really didn't think he would. And as Dean having a big snap too, as he tries to sound exotic swords in this race. Pius sliding across there. Worth Studio lapped, unfortunately for him. He's also got damage, actually, on his car. Yes, he does. Unfortunately for him, he is well down out of it at the minute with tossing the penalties too. But yeah, right now, I think we'll look at Pius Essex Ferry. Essex Ferry has got the battery in hand. Pius got a slipstream and a bit of a battery of his own. He's trying to move around the outside. He can't really get anything done. He's not going to try anything else here, surely. No, he's not. But he's going to try at least a different line, see if anything can really work for him. That's not going to work, though. He gets a free ticket penalty. Nothing's going to happen, really, I think, it's here. However, I think our Hedson is going to try and make it happen. Next corner round, let's see. If he's not really going to get the exit he wants. He's chucking the car through. It's not really working for him at the minute. It's just pure understeer in that car. But, yeah, our Hedson, unfortunately for him, not really making any ground right now. And someone who actually, I really need to mention, Kodoy here, net P2 in this race, I believe. Insane stuff. If he keeps on the track, it's just going to be great for him. It'll be absolutely amazing. Pius retires from the session after all of those penalties, and I don't really blame him for that one. He did his best and had actually some great pace, but yeah, fortunately him, not really anything else doing by the end of this race. So actually, his half more watch show is what Rio Harris is doing. Because we obviously talk about his penalties that he's getting, and that might be another warning there again. Like, I actually want to have a look at this. Because he's had a snap there as well, actually. We just saw that on the background there. I mean, he's got so many penalties. Another warning, and I don't know what's going on with him. But anyway, actually, cut away from that, though. Blackburn and Wolfie side by side for that P3 spot. Wolfie ran the outside. He's going to take it away from that Red Bull driver there. And yeah, let's go to gets a penalty. This is a podium fight. Let's have a look. Wolfie and Blackbone. Blackbone going back to the outside to a break late. Wolfie's going to try and break a bit later though. He just into the space. Blackbone dips a tyre into the gravel. But yeah, right now, Blackbone off the podium currently. So yeah, Wolfie, he's trying his best. He's really sending the car in, doing his best to maintain grip in his tyres. Rosie is going to start our penultimate lap of this race. Let's see if there's anything else going to happen here. Mucho Capo and Henson think the pair of them are going to start fighting here into turn one. Bowman are going to turn the battery. Mucho Capo going to try and go defensive. He's made his move. Henson going to try and go on the inside. Will he back out? He will back out. Mucho Capo goes a little bit wide because of that. Let's see what Henson's going to do. Through this next section of the corner, he's got a better run, but he's tapped the grass a little bit on the outside there. In towards turn three. He's going to go on the inside here. Mucho Capo, little bit of contact between the pair of them, but it looks like both are going to be okay. Henson's really wide on the exit. He's been pushed wide by Mucho Capo. He's going to be careful now for Exotic Swords. He's going to go around the outside. There's contact. Exotic Swords is out. Oh my goodness me. Oh my god. If there was any potential safety cars at the end, this would be one of them. I don't know who's really at fault there, but that is some ridiculous stuff. That is some absolutely ridiculous stuff there. I think Mucho Capo turned it a little bit too early initially, but then forced him off as well. But I think our Henson after that, yeah, I think the pair of them didn't really have anywhere to go there. Exotic Swords and Henson, they risked it quite a bit. Oh, Essex Ferry off, and Kano off there. Not sure what's going on. But I think Exotic Swords, a little bit too ambitious for that move once again. Henson trying to stick on the inside. Don't think there was really any sort of room there for Exotic, especially up that corner. They try to go flat out. They try to leave space. It's hard to do it. But yeah, crazy stuff. I think he should have pulled back, to be honest, after all of that. Don't think we're very happy with that one. Exotic Swords in the end of things, but you might understand, looking back at it, why it happened. But crazy stuff. I think after all of that, the man who has been lapped by everybody, he's going to get a point. And, I mean, fair play to him, but crazy stuff. So I always need to say, Rio Harris, I still don't know how many warnings he's on. He's got to be close to qualification. I'm so sorry. How are you going to get 18 seconds worth of penalties and not be in contention for disqualification? Surely be close. However, though, I think that actually the fight here is pretty interesting. Wolfie might just break the gap to Kodoi. 5 sets to 1. Kanom's out as well. That's a crash at turn 5 too. We'll quickly try and see if we can see it with Zudi before we cut back to the leader. And we're going to see also a quick fight here between the pair. Our heads to Mitchell Kappa. We're going to quick see, is there any sort of things here? No, there's not. We're going to cut to Rose now. If there's any last lap fights in between the pair of them, yeah, Mitchell Kappa, Henson. We're going to quickly see if there's going to be any more fighting here on the last lap. Henson inside his contact. There's only just managed to keep on the track. There's a little bit of contact further again. We're going to come back to the lead though, as Rose is going to come across the line. There might be some words said about that, but Rose dominates in Australia. Rio Harris being 20 seconds back from Rose at the end of things. Wolfie will finish on the podium, I'm sure of it. And I think he actually finishes second there, as Blackbone is on the podium for only a moment. Kodoi takes the podium in the end. Who else will Rio Harris fall behind? Henson, but he will only fall to P6 after all of that. With the amount of penalties he had, that's some insane stuff. Henson actually made the move there at the last lap, but maybe some words to be said about that one. Yeah, but some people are really happy for that one. Blackburn is also happy. I think that's actually his best result for a long while, Blackburn, actually. Demon Budget Bruce, P8, P9 there as teammates, finishing next to each other. S12, P10, Hansa P11, G Benny P12, and I believe, after all of that, the man lapped got a point. Crazy stuff. Blackburn's happy. He finished the wet race in a decent place, in his words. And yeah, the top three, we'll have to wait for them to walk out. Rose, Rhea Harris, and Kodoi there. Brilliant race from, not Rhea Harris, sorry, Wolfie. Both of Rhea Haskars. And yeah, great stuff in the end though from Rose. Dominated the race. Rhea Harris at P2, obviously jumped down to P6 for all those penalties. Lucky he didn't get disqualified. Wolfie in P2, lovely race for him as well. And Kodoi, I think it's his first podium here. So, big congratulations to him. He did pretty much everything right, got no penalties, stayed with the guys he needed to. Obviously, dropped out second on the last few laps, but I think that's pretty much all he could have done there. Driver of the day, according to this, are Henson with the most overtakes, and Rhea Harris with the fast lap. Race winner Rose. I'm going to quickly run through the field here. Rose from pole wins with Wolfie alongside him. Conway P3, Blackman P4 for a nice finish as well. Same for Henson. Rhea Harris in P6 after all of that, but with fast lap. Muja Kappa P7, nice race with him too. Demon P8, Bunch of Bruce P9, Essex Play Browns out top 10. Hansen P11, G Betty P12, Kano P13, Werther Zudi P14, and our non-finishes in the end of it, none of them across the flag. Exotic Pyres, Jeremy South, Jessica Pillow, and Eddie Dust. All of them are retirees in the end. But that, brilliant race start of the season, and maybe with a little less crashing, and that would have been amazing. But yeah, obviously, there'll be some rust, there'll be some crashes. It's the first race of the season, but I think some people are not going to be as very happy with that one as they'd like to be. Other than that, though, that has been an incredible race. If I had to say my personal driver today, Rose pretty much controlled the whole race there. Thought he did incredibly well. Kodoi, I think, is also my main mention there. I think it's between the pair of them, but in terms of results, Kodoi, I think, is going to be my driver today. Maybe Blackbone or maybe I had, depending on whose fault that was. I'm not too sure. Blackbone, I definitely suggest. P9 to P4, close to the podium in the end, but obviously with that free second penalty, yeah, unfortunately for him, didn't get that podium. But yeah, I think that's really the main people. Mucha Capo as well, actually. Another one who did pretty well. But yeah, mainly Rose, Kodoi, and yeah, 2 on the benches there. Blackbone, 3 on the benches actually. Blackbone, Henson, and Mucha Capo. I think that's pretty fair. We'll have to see. Blackburn says he also might be able to remove the 3 seconds, so we might see a little change at the end of things there. I won't be able to tell you the exact standings in a minute because for some reason usual standings are ruined. But right now it says Hasser at the top, but Rhea Harris will need to obviously switch teams back to Sauber, I believe. So maybe Sauber at top, maybe Mercedes at top. I'm not too sure, but yeah. I think that's been a really stunning round 1, and we're going to have Texas next for round 2. So then, I'm Miss Cookie. This has been the BRL Season 13, round 1, around Melbourne. And thank you for very much watching. Goodbye.